Hello, welcome back to the Breaking News Update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got a breaking news report coming out from Poland. We're going to be talking about Polish Foreign Minister Radoslaw Sikorski in today's video. That's him right there in the photo for you. And we're going to be discussing the ongoing peace efforts that the United States is involved in right now to try to end this war between Ukraine and Russia. I have a new update here for you on your screen. Europe preparing new mediators to end Ukraine war, China or Turkey. China or Turkey could step in to mediate between Ukraine and Russia if the U.S. abandons its efforts to forge a peace deal. Poland's top diplomat has said Europe is preparing a replacement. Okay, so allegedly we could possibly see China or Turkey become the new candidates to mediate between Ukraine and Russia to try to end this war, as recently we've been seeing that the United States repeatedly been failing in their attempts to get this war to come to a peaceful end. And a large majority of it is because Russia is not agreeing to really anything here. And what most people believe is that Russia wants to carry on this invasion into Ukraine, and they have no plans to try to end this war anytime soon. So I want to go over this report and talk about this with you guys. I also have a few things over on X we're going to show you as well. And allegedly, today, Zelenskyy and Trump also held a phone call. So I'll give you guys some information on that as well. Let's hop on over here real quick to RBC Ukraine. China or Turkey could replace U.S. as mediator in Ukraine war. You can see the dates here, May 8th, 2025. Here's a picture of Polish Foreign Minister Radoslaw Sikorski right there. While the United States is trying to act as a mediator in ending the war in Ukraine, Europe is already discussing possible alternatives, stated Polish Foreign Minister Radoslaw Sikorski. During a conference with European Commission Vice President Kaja Kallas, Sikorski said that if the U.S. fails in its role as mediator, other candidates may step in. The foreign minister emphasized that he wishes the United States success in its efforts to negotiate between Russia and Ukraine. However, he added that if the path fails, countries like Turkey or China could take over the role of mediator. Turkey, which still has channels of communication, and above all, the People's Republic of China, which is the only one with the leverage to force Putin to negotiate and lower his demands, Sikorski noted. Okay, so yeah, guys, looks like Turkey or China possibly taking over very soon. And I have some more information coming out again from J.D. Vance today, possibly indicating that they're going to be stepping down from these efforts to end this war very soon and withdrawing as mediator between Ukraine and Russia. Now we're going to jump on over to X. Let me show you a few things over here. This is from RT. Trump asked Erdogan to broker Ukraine peace deal, according to Turkey's Hurriyet, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Erdogan reportedly responded positively to the proposal. Okay, I showed you guys this actually this morning with our update video for the Russia-Ukraine war, but just in case you haven't seen this information, yeah, allegedly Trump did contact Erdogan and offered him to take over as mediator between Ukraine and Russia, and apparently Erdogan responded positively. Okay, so a very big indicator that maybe Turkey will take over the negotiations and become mediator between Ukraine and Russia. So that's some big news. Now, also from War Translated, Trump suggested that he might ask China to assist in a peaceful resolution of the conflict in Ukraine. So I want to show you guys this as well. Coming out of the White House today, this was Trump stating that they might contact China to step in also and mediate between Ukraine and Russia. Take a look.
Go ahead, please. In the back.
Mr. President, will you be asking China to help you close, the gap between Ukraine and Russia?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's a natural thing to ask.
What do you expect?
Sure. I don't know. I think we're making good progress. The fighting is a little bit different than it was. I think if we weren't involved, Russia would be, going at it to maybe get the whole thing. And without our involvement, they'd be able to get it because we supplied a lot of different things foolishly. But we've been sort of paid back by doing the rare earth deal that I talked about. Go ahead, please. In the back. Go ahead.
Okay, so I apologize that the video volume is a little bit low. Might be a little hard to hear Trump. I think some of the cameras and microphones were a little bit further away from him while he was speaking. But he basically said that he might reach out to China very soon and see if they can mediate in this war and take over. We'll see if that happens to be the case. Do you guys think it'll be Turkey or China here? But I have a very big feeling that very soon we're going to see the United States step down from being mediators in this conflict moving forward. Now from Bliskovka. The U.S. will withdraw from negotiations on Ukraine if Russia does not conduct them in good faith, said U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance. Okay, so Vance even coming out today saying the U.S. is probably going to pull out very soon if Russia doesn't conduct these negotiations in good faith, which we've already been seeing that a lot from Russia recently. I mean, they even just declared a 3-day ceasefire temporarily during the Victory Day parade in Moscow. And just today, Ukraine recorded over 700 violations on the Russian side. So clearly, Russia cannot be trusted in trying to end this conflict. So I have a very big feeling the U.S. will be pulling out soon. Finally, from Max 24, Zelenskyy, I had a good conversation with President Trump. We congratulated our peoples on victory in Europe Day, the victory over Nazism. We discussed the need for further efforts for peace, including specific steps that can be taken. President Trump asked about the situation on the battlefield, and I briefed him. Ukraine is ready for a 30-day ceasefire starting today. We expect Russia to agree to this proposal. I also confirmed that Ukraine is ready for negotiations in any format, but for this, Russia must show the seriousness of its intentions to end the war, starting with a complete and unconditional ceasefire. President Trump confirmed that he wants to end this war, is ready to help, and supports the need for a ceasefire. We agreed on further contacts. So most likely, this is the final contact between Trump and Zelenskyy in trying to end this war before the U.S. pulls out. Maybe Trump is just trying to see whatever else he can do, see where Ukraine stands. But we already know that Ukraine is open to a 30-day ceasefire with Russia and unconditionally on no preconditions before starting this temporary ceasefire of 30 days. And hopefully that could lead to a further ceasefire in the future and maybe even permanently and end this war. So just wanted to give you guys an update on what Zelenskyy was talking about today with Trump as they did hold a phone call today. Okay, so and in regards to this mediation of the war, do you guys think that China or Turkey will take over, or do you think the U.S. will continue negotiations between Ukraine and Russia? And if it happens to be one of these new nations, who do you think would likely take over, and who do you think would be a better option for Ukraine? Do you think it'd be China or Turkey? You guys can let me know what you think down below in the comment section. That's going to be it for today's update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.